He was explaining me about free agency, all that.
Were you guys able to accomplish what you needed to accomplish today?
Yes, yes, yes. They're throwing live BPs inside, so everything on schedule. Tomorrow is going to be kind of another tough day to be outside, but hopefully we can have our lives on the fields, and from there we'll adjust. But timing wise, to be honest with you, I think if it was going to rain, today was a good day for that. They work hard during the week, obviously with the physicals and the position players going through everything today. It was good, kind of like keep them off their feet, because if not, they probably wanted to take grounders and go out there again. So let's see how it goes tomorrow, weather-wise. But hopefully it's a nice day. We can go out. If not, we'll be ready for Tuesday.
Good to have everyone in camp.
Yes, yes, yes. It's always good. Just talking to everybody. Seeing Rafi here. He got here last night. It's always good to have your guy here, and smiling and talking about certain things that he accomplished in the off season, and a few things that he wants to work in spring training. Casas, Ref, they're all here. I think everybody's good, healthy, which is the most important thing.
What do you think Rafi did accomplish this offseason?
He worked on a few things offensively that he wants, obviously, to get better. The league is getting better, especially from the mound. The stuff is at an all-time best. The shape of the pitches, velocity. So, he's getting older. So he needs to make subtle adjustments. But I do believe the way he finished the season, it was really good. And then for how bad his season was, then you look at how everybody feels about him around the business, right? I think he was ranked the fourth best third baseman in the big leagues, coming from an okay season. So the sky's the limit with him, and we all know what he represents, not only on the field, but for the organization, and he's ready for the challenge.
You've had Mike Lowell come in at times and work with him. Are there plans to do that at all this year? Or?
Mike is right on the street, so he'll stop by. I think we're in a good spot. There's a few things that I do believe breaking a habit that he has, especially to his left, is going to help him out, and the mental aspect of it. We talked about it last year, and he understands that. Rafi's a guy that he'll go a month and a half making all the plays. Errors are errors, right? But he hates them, and puts him in a bad spot, and it's kind of like that snowball effect. When he makes one that week, he makes four. And if you look at his season, it's been like that. I remember 19, right? That error he made in Chicago, and then the walk-off homer. It took him. He took it very hard. We actually, I think at that point we called Adrian, to help him out, and he did. So keep the routine. Just keep improving. Understanding that now to his left, it's less field to cover, because Trevor is really good going to his right. The range factor, is going to play. It's going to benefit him. So Rafi's really good to his right. So I think we're in a good spot. But now we just got to put the work.
How much will you try to make sure you get Rafi and Trevor on the field together as much as you can?
Yeah, they're going to play a lot together. That's one conversation I had with Rafi too, because of the subtle adjustments that he made in the offseason. He wants to get as many at bats as possible. So don't be surprised. Well, I saw the schedule today, kind of like we don't play too many games at home early on, right? We go to the East Coast, and there's a Baltimore one, but we'll find a way for him to kind of like play third and DH, so he can get the at bats. That's something that I want them anyways to do. Play a little bit more on the field, especially here, and they always do, but probably more innings than usual to get used to it. And obviously, towards the end, we have to make the adjustment, playing the night games, and them kind of like reset their internal clock, and get up later and be ready for night games, going to the West Coast.
Did he work with anyone back home on that?
He went to Tampa, as he always does. So it's part of his routine now.
You mentioned Casas is here. Just what are your thoughts on his off season, sort of him coming in
first one healthy. Last year, he had some knee problems in the off season. He wasn't able to do his running progression, agility stuff. So it took him a while to get to that point. Like I said, as far as like the baseball side of it, he's going to put the work. He knows what he needs to work on. He had a great season last year. I think he struggled early on defensively, the first part of it, and then he got better. We made some adjustments positioning-wise for him to get to the bag a little bit quicker. He's a big kid. We know that. So just working with him and making him feel comfortable in the areas that we want him to cover. And offensively, I think the process was great from the get-go. The results weren't there, so it was just a matter of time. And just like I said about Jaron, when Jaron and Tristan went down, the offense went MIA, right? We didn't do much. So those two guys with Rafi, obviously, they're really good at what they do, and I expect him to be consistent, keep getting on base, keep hitting the ball out of the ballpark. There's a few things that he wants to do offensively as far as certain pitches to get to them. Obviously, hit the ball the other way at home. That's going to be beneficial for him, right? Hit fly balls off the wall and keep getting on base. But the other part, he was amazing. He went to every camp that we came up with. He came here. Well, the one here that was kind of like shady. Like he didn't came to work out, but he came to eat, which. Whatever, I give him credit. Actually, it was fun to have him around. He went to the Dominican. He went to Dallas. He visited hospitals in Boston. That's what we want, right? Guys that embrace this whole madness, and enjoy it. And, it'll be interesting next year when the whole Netflix thing comes out, and see some of the quotes and some of the things that he did during the season. It'll be fun. He'll be up there. He'll be up there.
You call him the MVP of the offseason. What do you see from him emerging as kind of a leader among the younger players, some of the rookies that he went to lead at rookie development?
Yeah, I just since day one, when he got here, the structure of the things that he does. You don't see it, but he'll show up early, and he's very cautious about his nutrition, so he has his snack stations, wherever he's going to work out that day. The recovery part of it after the workouts is something that I've been telling guys, like him and Trevor, they're really good at that. And I've been telling the young kids, follow their lead, because to play 140, 150 games, you have to take care of yourself. And he's done an amazing job throughout his career doing that, very structured, but at the same time, understanding that we have to make adjustments in certain areas, and he's willing to listen and make the adjustments. And what he did in the rookie development program was great for those kids. I think he sees it, right? Like he's invested in the now, but obviously in the future of the organization. And those kids, hopefully at one point, if they perform, they're going to be part of this, and they're going to help us win ball games. But where we at right now, I'm very pleased with everything. There's a lot of energy, a little bit more outspoken, kind of like getting out of his comfort zone, which is good, and very excited about what the future holds for him.
Are you expecting John and Tom here tomorrow?
Yes.
Okay. And are you guys going to have kind of your usual big meeting?
Yes. Yes. Mm-hmm.
You were talking about Massa getting most of or more DH at bats than anybody else. With Rafi, what's a good amount getting him off his feet and having him just hit once a week? Is that too much, or?
I think that's too much. He's gonna play. I think the usual. I think we've been in a good spot the last 2 years. Actually, the last 3 years. Like every other big league player that plays that many games, there's always going to be something. But he wants to play, he wants to post, and he doesn't like DHing, which is something that I have to consider. And at the same time, he needs to understand that there's certain times that he needs to DH, for the benefit of the team. So we'll talk to him. We'll see how we can attack the season, especially early on, understanding where we're going, and all the day games when we come back to the house. So He will be probably a little bit more proactive, especially early on. Which is ironic, right? Oh, early on, he's rested, but if we take care of him early, he's going to take care of us the rest of the season.
But when he gets in one of those mental funks because he's made an error and he's kind of down on himself, is that a good time to maybe get him off his feet for a day or two, and that you have to, strong arm him a little bit, that's best for him and the team?
We'll talk to. I think the most important thing here, obviously, is the way he attacks the day after that happens, and the people that we have here, the support system, and we're gonna be more proactive in that sense, kind of like help him to deal with those struggles, quote unquote, and you never know. You never know who we're playing too. Like he might make an error in a big Houston series, and you know what? He's going to be out there the next day because we need him. So, but we'll help him out, and I think another year of experience under his belt is going to benefit him. So, like I always said, Rafi, he's a good athlete. He has a good arm, good instincts. It's just a matter of like the mental side of it. Help him out when stuff like that happen. There's a Hall of Famer now, one of the greatest third basemen in the big leagues. He makes 30, 29, 22 his first 3 years, and he's probably one of the best defensive third basemen in the history of the game. And I saw it happen, and how hard it was for him to not make errors, and then all of a sudden, it became easy for him. So I'm not saying we have the next Adrian Beltre. Hopefully we do, but if we look back at Rafi's career, shoot, man, it's been a great start, right? And that caught my eye the other day when he was ranked number 4, and he was coming from an off season. So hopefully we can get him to be average or a little bit above average. If we do that, we're gonna be in a great spot, and the guy to his left is gonna help him out.
Alex, Nick York was a guy who was here in that weird COVID spring 3 years ago, kind of in Major League camp. What's it like them kind of back in camp, or kind of where do you see?
Yeah, just another kid that he's been very diligent as far as following the program. He's always here towards the end of the season. He shows up early. Whatever PD has asked him to do, he's done. And I was very impressed with the quality of the at-bats a few years ago, being able to control the zone, hit the ball to right center. He's a big kid now. He's not the same guy that we saw in 21 in spring training. And it's a big season for him, right? He comes here to gain experience and to see how it works, right? This is different than 2 years ago. So looking forward for him to get a few at-bats, moving, at second base, moving around, get him more athletic, up to the speed of the game at this level, and, see where it takes us.
Dustin would be good for him.
Uh,
You said PD?
No, PD, yeah, player development. Yeah, sorry, yeah. No, use initials, org, PD, low-hanging fruit.
Is Roberto Perez going to be able to play coming off his surgery?
We're hoping he does. He threw yesterday. He was okay. He wasn't great. There's a few things that, as far as his rehab, he feels that he needs to do. But so far, he's been good. He's been good.
You have a couple of older guys catching on that.
Really good receivers, very defensive-minded guys that I think they're going to help the group. We'll see what happens, the rest of spring training. But I do believe, we're in a great spot pitching-wise, structure-wise, and I think behind the plate is very important to continue to do that. We got some veteran guys that, they're here fighting for jobs, and if it doesn't happen, some of them are going to go to AAA, and there's development to do down there, right, in AAA, and having veteran guys that can catch and have that mentality, defensive mentality, is going to benefit us.
That's what I was going to ask you. Was that like an emphasis to try to get some guys?
I don't think it was an emphasis, but I think if you look around the league, that's something that if you're not stealing strikes or framing strikes, sorry, not stealing strikes, you're not successful. You gotta maximize every pitch in a sport that it's max effort stuff, right? And you're able to hold those strikes is something that every team is trying to accomplish, and I think we have a good unit, not only with them here, but they can actually help Connor and Reese and the rest of the group, the young guys are here to be better and help them with the mentality part of it.
Will you talk to the team tomorrow? Is that part of?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Is it, is the message any different this year as opposed to previous years with the kind of the transition going on? Or?
Honestly, I'll have dinner, have a few tequila mules, and see what happens at night. I don't have the speech yet. I have ideas, but I'll figure it out tonight. Yeah. When I sit down at the house.
How many mules make a good speech?
Sometimes one, sometimes three.
No more wine then.
No, we're going tequila mules. Yeah.
Do you see Perez or Heineman kind of challenging McGuire for a spot?
They're challenging everybody. Like I said yesterday, we talk about it. We're competing here, and there's nothing given. Obviously, those two guys were really good last year. I feel they grew up another season under the belt, especially Connor. Right, first full season with him and dealing with the staff that he was up and down. We had our good months and the bad ones, and that's a good learning experience. Reese has been with us since 22. And last year was an up down year for him, but we trust him, And I think at the end we got a good catching unit, and let's see what the next 6 weeks are all about.
Is Kenley doing anything more, or just still?
Yeah, he's trending in the right direction. There's no timeline, but it feels like this week, he's going to take the first steps to get back.
Is anybody else dealing with anything?
No, we're good. We're in a good spot.
Rob Ruffner said that he feels like in order for you guys to be successful this year, he looks to kind of the 2013 team and Dustin Pedroia told me need more kind of grit, grime, playing kind of like dirt dog style. Do you agree with kind of that assessment?
I think, you just, from our end, we do believe we got a much better athletic team than last year. That's something we're going to take advantage of it. I think at the end of the day, the guys in there, they have to take a step forward, and we're talking about the pitching side of it. If we pitch the way we envision and those kids that you guys recognized a few years ago that are, older and they take a step forward, we're going to be in a good spot, and we just got to keep fighting for what we want. Offensively, I think we're in a good spot, so. We're good. Have a good one.